Hello everyone, welcome to week 4 of learning UI UX design using Adobe XD. We want to start looking at what we have done in the previous classes from the first week up till the last week that we had Adobe XD class. So what we want to look at today is what the interface of Adobe XD looks like, how to make use of the tools that are inside Adobe XD. Now, if you are inside Adobe XD already, this is what Adobe XD looks like. And if you are going to start a new project, you should go to File and then click on New. So if immediately you launch Adobe XD and you come across this particular screen that you can see right now, so that means you can create the environment where your design is going to be taking place, which means uh, you can choose from any of the 4 presets that you can see here. So in Adobe XD, it is called Artboard. All right. So now you can create Artboard to make designs for mobile phones or iPad or other mobile devices using this particular Artboard preset that you can see over here. And also, if you look at the second one over here, is the preset that you can use to make design for websites and big screen devices. Okay, so also Adobe XD has also added another preset that you can also quickly choose from to create Instagram story posts, Twitter, Facebook and YouTube content. Okay, so instead for you to go online and start looking for what it looks like to create a design for either Instagram story, Instagram post, Twitter post, and so on and so forth, you can just jump right here and then choose from the presets that Adobe XD has added in the starting up screen that you can see here. And now for the last one, which is the custom size. This custom size will help you to create your artboard in any chosen size that you want. So let's assume you already have a specific screen that you are designing for, and you have checked in the 3 presets that you can see over here, and you can't find the size to the screen you want to design for. Then you can make use of the custom size that is over here. So that means you can click within the width um, space and then enter the value of the width that you want to have, and then click in the height space also, and then you can enter the value of the height that you want your artboard to be. And then once you are done with that, just press enter and the environment for making your UI UX design will be open to you. All right, so now this is the interface of Adobe XD, like I have said earlier. So now, if you want to make your design, the first thing to pay attention to is the left sidebar that you can see here. Let me turn this off. All right. So this left sidebar that you can see now is the first thing that you have to pay attention to. And this left sidebar is where your tools are placed in Adobe XD. So these tools will help you to create whatever design you want to make inside Adobe XD. Whatever UI UX design you want to make, you are going to be making use of the list of tools that you can see over here. And down below the tool section, you can see 3 icons placed here. Now, the first one you see here is for your libraries. So this libraries is where assets that you save from your work is going to be kept. And now, the beauty of this library also is the fact that you can share assets between almost all Adobe XD applications. So whatever item or whatever asset you keep in this library in Adobe XD, you will find it once you launch Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Premiere Pro, Adobe After Effects, and so on and so forth. So all of Adobe's products has this particular library that you can see here, and once you keep a particular asset in the library, you can see it in almost all of the products being created by Adobe. All right. So now the other one that you can see below here, down below libraries, is the layers panel. So this layers panel or sidebar is where the content that you create within the artboard is going to be arranged. So one after the other, as you add these items, is going to be shown in the space that you can see here right now. Now, lastly, the icon that you see here is for plugins. So if you are connected to the internet and you need a particular plugin to get your work done, so let's say, for example, you want to have a profile picture of users in the design that you are making, and you need, there's no way you can quickly access profile pictures or pictures of people that you can use within your design. So the plugin section is a place where you can find a lot of things that will help you speed up your work also. Now, on the top side, you can see the home icon is the design, prototype, and share tab. So this design tab is where your design is going to be taking place mostly. The prototype tab is where you're going to be linking pages together. And also the share tab that you can see here also is where you can be able to share your design with your friends, or let's say a developer who is going to work on the design that you have made. On the top center is where you can save your design. So immediately you launch Adobe XD, you should quickly save your design by clicking on this title that you can see here, and then give it the name that suits your design. So for the purpose of this class, I'm going to call it review, and then I'm going to choose a location where I'm going to save it also. So I'll quickly save in a folder right here, and then I'm going to click save. Now on the right side at the top is where you can also invite people to this project. So if you have a project you are creating in Adobe XD, you can invite people to join you, to collaborate, to, whatever reason you have for you to invite people. So you need to make use of this particular button that you can see here. So once you click, you'll be able to share this design link to people who would click, and then be able to log in to the design also. Then one other thing that you should also notice is this mobile icon that you can see here. This is very useful if you are creating a mobile design. So this icon, once you click and you have your mobile device connected to your computer with a USB cable, you'll be able to preview it in your mobile device instantly. So everything that you have done, that you have created within here, will automatically show on your mobile device. Now, this other icon that is here is where you can preview the design that you have done. So if you want to preview on desktop, if you click on this icon, you'll be able to preview your design instantly. And lastly, the zoom function, which will help you to zoom in or zoom out on your design. So that's the essence of this. If you click on the drop down arrow, you'll be able to set your canvas layout to either 100% or whatever percentage that fits what you are working on. If we have a design, let me click on the artboard tool to create an artboard. So if I click, and then if I click on the canvas layout, it will automatically create an artboard for me, which you can see right here. Okay, so now this artboard, the essence of this artboard is for you to be able to create one or two designs inside. So you can make your designs in the open space that you can see right here, but you can always make your design in this artboard. So you should be able to choose the presets that you want for the artboard you want by clicking on the home icon that you can see here to choose the screen preset. Or once you click on the artboard tool, then if you look on the right side here, if you scroll down a little bit, then you can be able to choose from the mobile screen presets that you can see here, or from the tablet, or you can also be able to choose from web or desktop screens over here. All right. Now, let's quickly talk about, let's also quickly talk about the right side of the screen, which you can see right now. You can quickly make adjustments to whatever you have within your artboard or the artboard itself on the right side here. So that's the purpose of this properties sidebar, which is on the right. Now, if you also go to the prototype tab, also you can see the properties of the design that you have made and then start making adjustments or changes to the properties of the prototype you want to make. So you can set up the interaction for the prototype on this right sidebar too. Now, if you also go to the share tab, then you can see the settings for the share tab. So now let's go back to the design tab. The first thing that you need to understand with the tool section here is that the selection tool, which is this select icon that you can see here, will help you to move things around in Adobe XD. So now that I have the select tool selected, if I click on the artboard, I can easily move the artboard around within the workspace. Okay, so that's the function of this select tool that you can see here. So whatever elements you have within your artboard, all you just have to do is select the select tool and then move it around using this particular tool. Now, the other tool you can see here, which is the rectangle tool, is also useful for the purpose of drawing rectangular shapes within your artboard. Okay, so once you click and drag, you can make any rectangular shape as you want. And once you are done drawing the rectangular shape, click on the select tool once again to escape out of the rectangle tool that you have selected earlier. So now, once you have your rectangle drawn, you can make adjustments to the rectangle by clicking on any of the points of the rectangle and then make adjustments. Once you have your rectangle selected, you can also come to the properties sidebar on the right side here and then make adjustments to the rectangle that you have created. So one other tool we are going to be looking at is the ellipse tool. So once you click on the ellipse tool, you can draw any circular shape using the ellipse tool. So once you click and drag, you can make any width, any height of a circle that you want for your design. That's the function of the ellipse tool. Okay, then once you are done drawing your circle, then you should go back and select the select tool. Now, the other one that you also want to look at is the triangle shape that you can see here, which is the polygon. So once you click on the polygon and then you come to your artboard, you can then click and draw a triangle shape at first. So if the shape that you want is a triangle shape, then you can leave it like this and then start making your design with the triangle shape that you can see right now. But if you want to make other polygons from this triangle that you have just created with the polygon tool, now click on the select tool again to escape out of this polygon tool that you have selected, and then you can transform this triangle to any polygon that you want by coming to the right properties sidebar here, and then you can see this particular part under the appearance section that says corner count. So the corner count we currently have now is 3, which is the triangle that you can see on the screen. So if you want this triangle to be transformed to any shape that you want, then come to the corner count and then you can increase. Like you can see now, we already have 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on and so forth, depending on the number of shapes that you want to have, starting from 3 and above. Okay, let's also take a look at the line tool. So this particular line tool that you can see, it will help you to create any line whatsoever, as long as you want the line to be, or as short, or whatever form that you want the line to be. But you can always use the line tool to create a straight line. That's the purpose of the line tool. Okay, and you can increase the width of the line that you have created by coming to the right properties sidebar over here. So remember to first go back to the select tool, and then you can change the width of the line by coming to the right properties sidebar under appearance section and then click on size, the value of size, to increase the width of the line. Also, we have another tool, which is the pen tool. So the pen tool will help you create a freehand drawing of any shape that you want. So all you just have to do is click on the screen, then move to another point and then click until you get a particular shape that you want. If you want to create a shape that has close ends, then that means once you start creating your points with the pen tool, you should click on the first point you created to escape out of the pen tool and then have a complete shape. If you don't want to have a complete shape, then just go to the tool section and then click the select tool. So that will help you to escape from the pen tool immediately, and then the shape that you have created will remain in the artboard, so you can make use of the shape for whatever purpose that you want. Now, also, let's quickly take a look at the text tool. So with the text tool, you can be able to type on within your artboard. So whatever text you want to have in the artboard, just click and then type. Okay, so you can also make adjustments to the text that you have created by going to the properties sidebar on the right, and then you can see under the text section, that's where you can make quick adjustments to the font properties of this text that you have created. So you can change the font type. You can also increase the font size by clicking on the font size value that you can see here and then enter the value of the size you want, or just click and then press the up or down arrow to increase or decrease the size of the text. There are a lot of other adjustments that you can make to your text. All you just have to do is go to the right properties sidebar over here and then make as much adjustment as you want to your text. Also, you can change the color. If you go to the appearance section and you can see fill color. So the fill color, once you click on the color box, you can quickly change the color of the text to whatever you want. Okay, so we already know about this particular tool, which is the artboard tool. So the artboard tool is what we used to create the particular artboard that we are making designs on top right now. So once you click on the artboard tool, you'll be able to create a new artboard by just clicking on the empty part of the screen, or by going to the right sidebar as you can see over here, and then you can choose from the list of mobile screens that you can see here, or tablet screens, or web stroke desktop, and then social media templates that you can easily select, or for Apple Watch. So it depends on the preset for the screen size that you want to design for. So you can quickly choose it from the right side over here. You can also use the zoom tool to quickly zoom to your artboard. One other thing that you should also pay attention to is the shortcuts for all of the tools that you can see here. There are other shortcuts that you can use within Adobe XD, but most of them are not attached to the tools that you can see here. So for example, now you can copy this particular text by using Command C or Control C on Windows keyboard, and then you can also paste by using Command V or Control V on Windows keyboard. Okay, so now I have pasted this item. All I just have to do is press Shift and then down arrow on the keyboard, and now you can see that I have a duplicate already. So there are various shortcuts that you can use. So one other thing that we want to also look at is the UI kit that will help you to speed up your work in Adobe XD. So this UI kit is more or less like templates. Okay, so these are templates that you can easily edit, or you can add one or two things to add to your work, or you can also edit it and then continue the design you want to do on that particular template that you have from the UI kit. Now, to see the UI kit in Adobe XD, all you have to do is to go to the top menu that you can see here. So on the Windows keyboard, wherever the menu is located, so find the file menu, and then once you click on file, you can then go to get UI kits. So under get UI kits, you can see the list of UI kits that you can use to speed up your UI UX design. Okay, so now you can see there's Apple iOS material design. This material design is for Google. Other design template that you can also find for as per UI kit is Microsoft Windows. Okay, now this other down section that you can see under the get UI kits, is for wireframes and for other UI kits also. Now, talking about wireframes will help you to bring your ideas to life. So if you have a rough idea about a design, this is what a wireframe looks like. Let me just show you quickly. So this is what a wireframe looks like. So if you have a rough idea about a particular design and then you don't already know what it will look like, the first thing you have to do is to create wireframe. So wireframe will help you to conceive your ideas and then see it in reality. If you have a rough idea that you've been thinking about and you don't know how it's going to be like, so you should use a wireframe to quickly bring it to life, and then you will see what it looks like. You can quickly make adjustments, and then if you don't like what you have, you can adjust it till you get the particular taste of what you want. Then from that point, you can start making the real design itself. That's the purpose of wireframe. And wireframe is usually just neutral colors, as you can see here. So this is more like a gray and white color that is being used to create this particular design. Wireframe can make use of just white and blue color, or it can make use of maybe black and white color. It depends, but it shouldn't be more than two colors that you are making use of for your wireframe, because it is not the real design and it is just a kind of design that will help you to really view from perspective what the main design is going to look like. So that's the purpose of wireframe. And now, talking about wireframe, let me quickly take you to the website of Adobe XD, and also the website where you can easily get templates for wireframes and other UI kits that you can use to speed up your work. Now, if you don't go from this link that you can see here that says Get UI Kits under File, if you don't go from this link by clicking on the Apple iOS, Material Design, Microsoft Windows, and other lists that you can see here, then you should visit the Adobe website directly. These are the resources you can work with in Adobe XD. So if you visit one of the links that you saw under the Get UI Kits, then it will take you to this particular website for resources. So one of these resources I'm talking about is icons, colors, color palettes, where you can create colors for your design. Then you can also see the list of Google fonts that you can easily use for your design. Also, you can see the color interface tool, and then type scale creator, and so on, just like that. The most important part of this website that you can see now is the fact that you can quickly make use of the material icons. These icons will definitely help you if you are creating mobile designs. You can also use them for web designs, but they are more useful when you are creating mobile designs. And then if you don't have fancy fonts or mobile and web worthy fonts on your computer when you are making design, you should try and download the Google fonts that you can see here to use for your designs. Same with the color palette that you can see here. Also, for the wireframes that I was talking about, now this is where one of those links will take you to. Okay, so you can see the wireframes that you can use within Adobe XD, and then you can download the kits. Okay, so these designs are already made for you. They are more like a template that you can use to create wireframes. Now, if you notice in this particular wireframe, all the colors that are being used is just two, which is white and blue. Okay, so that's what a wireframe will look like. So just create a rough design of what your idea is all about. So later in time, when you are sure that the wireframe is really passing the message that you want, then you can start building on the wireframe to make the real design itself. So you can, as you can see in this particular view now, you can use wireframe to make either mobile designs that you can see here, or you can use it for web designs also. But mostly wireframes are two colors. They are not really fancy designs like that, just two colors to quickly convey your idea. All right. Now, the other one that I want to show you is the UI kit that you can quickly make use of in your design. So this UI kit for Apple design, So if you are creating designs for any Apple products, then you should get this particular UI kit that you can see here. Okay, so this UI kit will help you to make designs for iPhones, for all Apple products. That's what you can use this kit to design. Then if you also scroll down a little bit, you can see Google Material Design. So this is the Google Material Design I was talking to you about. So this Google Material Design can be used to make mobile designs and web designs also. So these are just guides and templates to help you finish your job. So also, if you scroll down, you can see other useful kits that you can make use of. If you are not making use of the UI kits that you can see above, then you should quickly scroll down to already completed UI UX designs that you can either tweak to make your own design, or you can take from it to complete your design. Okay, so these are complete designs that are made by people. So if you go to the adobe.com website, under the Adobe XD content, then you see all of these UI templates that will help you speed up your work. So if you're looking at getting quick access to all of those templates and the guides and wireframes that I've just showed you, go to the file menu and then you can see get UI kits. This is where you can find the link to all of those kits that you've just seen. Now, lastly, I'm going to show you how to export your work in Adobe XD immediately you are done with your design. So now let's assume this is our design and we are done with this right now. So to export this particular design, you can use a shortcut, or you should make sure that you have the artboard selected. So click on the name of the artboard and then go to File, and then you can see Export. Okay. So because I have just one artboard selected, I'm going to click on Selected. So once I am under the File menu and then in Export, you can see Selected. So click on Selected, then it will help you to export this particular artboard, and then you can use the shortcut Command E or Control E on Windows computer. Okay, so now if I click now, the dialog box that will pop up that you can see now will ask me what I want to export for, where I want to save the exported file. So right now, I'm going to set the name of the design that I want to export. So I'm going to call it project, like you have already seen, because it's already picking it from the name of the artboard over here. So that's what you can see now. Now the location where I'm going to save the artboard or the export is what you can also see within here. Now, these are the most important parts of the exporting in Adobe XD. So you have to choose the format that you want to export. So right now, this is a PNG that I want to export. But if you are not exporting PNG, you can see SVG, PDF, and JPEG. Okay. So these are the few formats that you'll find in Adobe XD. And also, you can export your design for design. You can also export for web, for iOS, and for Android. So this particular design, if you want to make use of your design online, maybe on a social platform, so you can easily choose this design that you can see here. But that means you are under the format PNG format, so you can quickly choose design. If you want to use your design for a website you are creating, then you should select the web that you can see here. If you're also using the design for any iOS development or Android development, then make use of these other ones over here. But if it's just for a social platform that you want to post, then click on design. Okay, same thing for JPEG and also for SVG if you are making icons. Once you are done choosing the format that you want and your settings is right, then click on export, and then it will export to the location that you want it to be. Okay, so that's it for today's class. I really appreciate your participation and thank you for being a part of today's class. Also, I want you to I want to give you a project to work on, and this project will definitely help you to lay your hands on a real life design. Okay, So if you work on a real life design, it will help you to understand what it is like to create a UI UX design. If you are creating UI UX design for the fun of it, there are some things you might be missing. Though you definitely get the knowledge of how Adobe XD works and one or two things like that. But if you are creating a design for a live project, then you'll be able to understand one or two things. You'll be able to pay attention to the things that you might be missing if you are creating the project for the fun of it. So the instruction is going to be passed into the Telegram group for the design you are going to be making for this project I'm talking about. Thank you for being a part of the class.